Yeah, I'm proud of our guys, the way they competed. I think I told them, and they fought to the last out. We know that the last 2 days don't define the type of players they are. I'm just proud of everything they invested in the program, and it's just cool to see. I love all our guys. That's why I get a little emotional, but it's cool to see the growth, not just on the field, but off the field as people. So that's what gets me. I know their hearts hurt. Some of our seniors are hurting right now, but I'm just so proud of them the way they fought to the end.
Awesome. So again, if you have a question, state your name and your media affiliation, and we do have a microphone. So if you have a question, raise your hand. We'll go to Patrick with D1 Baseball.
Yeah, hey guys. Just players, if you could both share just some of the thoughts coming here and having your season end at a regional here.
It's always tough, but just getting here is a goal of ours, and it's a great opportunity, and something we'll cherish forever as people.
Yeah, I think whenever we were in the conference tournament and our backs were against the wall, we really wanted to get to the next step, and we did whatever it took. And now that we got here, we had tried to have as much fun as we could. Like Coach says all the time, we just try to enjoy the moment because not a lot of people get this opportunity, and we don't take it for granted.
Got one right up here up front.
Adam Campbell, Red State Guardian. This one's for Luke. Kind of talk to me about how your arm's feeling, man. I mean, you threw quite a few pitches today. I think it was 116. Did you start to feel a difference or a shift there later in that game in that seventh inning?
Honestly, on adrenaline still, so I probably could throw a couple more innings if I really needed to. But yeah, I think dealing with the weather and being so hot out there, I think I just got a little fatigued. But I don't want to use that as an excuse because I want to go out there and compete and leave it all out there on the field. But yeah, it just at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Go ahead.
Luke, Adam Smith with Inside Carolina. The home run that Horvath hit there in the seventh obviously was a huge moment. I mean, and you pitched so well up to that point. Can you take us through that at bat and just what happened? Did he hit a good pitch, or was there a mistake you left over the plate? Just what happened there?
Going through that at bat, I know that I started him off with a lot of breaking balls earlier in the game, and then I thought I'd pitched well to him the previous at bats, and then I got to that count, and I threw the pitch I wanted to, but I just left a little bit over the plate, and good hitters do what good hitters do, and he did his job. So.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Right here up front again.
All right, sorry guys. So you guys had multiple first league selections, players on the all freshman team. As this season comes to an end, what are you guys most looking forward to for next season?
Really just being at the field with the guys again. They're a special group. I love going to battle with them. So just really looking forward to going to work every day with them.
Yeah, kind of what AP said. I mean, the atmosphere whenever we're in the locker room or whatever in the dugout is something that probably will never be matched. So we just want to go back and get with the guys again, then get to work. I mean, we like to work, so yeah, it's working with a team like this. It just makes it a whole lot better.
Any final questions for the student athletes? All right, guys, you guys are dismissed, and then we'll get to questions for Coach here.
Thank you.
Congrats on a great season, guys.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll get the questions to Coach.
Hey, Coach David Hughes from the Tribune Star here in Terre Haute. If somebody had told you before the game that you would turn a double play in each of the first 3 innings, what would you think your chances would be of winning?
I guess I can answer that 2 ways. One, that means we got a lot of guys on base, but I would have liked that. I think, and that's Stoffel to a T a little bit. He's got great stuff. Sometimes loses the strike zone time to time, but like I've told him all year, he's always one pitch away because he's such, he's got a turbo sinker, and I thought, like I had said earlier, he kind of shot himself in the foot a little bit with he hit a guy, walked a couple guys, but was able to make a big pitch when it mattered early and get a couple of those double play balls.
Question here in the front.
Coach, yesterday we saw, the home run that propelled Indiana State or whatever, and then everyone thought that maybe Haute should have came in at the start of the inning. Today, Shirk was in the bullpen for quite a few innings there. What was your thought process there? And I guess towards the second half of the game, people were starting to wonder how long you were going to let Stoffel go and what kind of leash he was on. What was going through your mind there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easy. Baseball is such an easy game to think could have done this, could have done that. Luke was as good as anyone. When he's on, he's arguably our best arm. He's got a mid-90s turbo bowling ball sinker with a good slider. And, they got a really good offense over there, and they seem to not be seeing him well, And Jake Shirk's been one of our guys as well. He's always in the strike zone. But Luke's got he's got better stuff from just a pure stuff standpoint, and they were not seeing his fastball well, and so we wanted to. The goal was to ride him as long as we could, right? Obviously, he made a pitch up in the zone, and talented hitter. Horvath got a hold of it. If we had to do it again, I'd probably do it the same way. Just because I like that matchup. Horvath hadn't seen him well, and it's a game of inches. Sometimes you leave a pitch up and it gets hit, and you tip your cap, right? It's a talented player, but I was just proud of the way the guys competed this weekend.
Go ahead.
Coach Ari Albino with Tar Heel Tribune. There seemed to be a discussion between Scott Forbes and the umpires about something to do with Carlson's delivery. Was that something you guys questioned, or is it just something that the umpires noticed?
No, I'm not even sure. I didn't know what was going on for a while, and then our assistant mentioned maybe it was something with how he was coming set, but we didn't have anyone on at the time, so I really don't know what. I thought about going to ask, but I just figured it didn't matter. I'm not sure what it was about.
So there was nothing that you guys brought
No,
up?
we didn't say anything, and quite frankly, I'm not sure exactly what it was about.
But Carlson just, so you talk about how tough he was.
Yeah,
on you guys today.
he was really good. His fastball had a lot of life, and his changeup. He made some big pitches with it, a couple 3-2 strikeouts, and really made our offense quiet for a while. I thought he did a really good job pushing and pulling, and we didn't make an adjustment on him, and sometimes that happens, right? And we were hoping maybe they went to the bullpen, give us a different look. We put some good swings on the lefty, but just not enough to get some going.
All right, we have time for a couple more here for Coach.
Yep.
Alex wanted to ask you about, I think it was Greenwell's ball that looked like it was going to get out of here, and their right fielder goes up over the wall. I mean, just maybe the range of emotions there where you finally have squared one up, and then the dude goes and makes a highlight reel play.
Just a good baseball play all around, right? I thought Greenwell did a really good job. He got a change up, right? One of the few that were up in the zone, put a good swing on it. And, their outfielder did a great job at timing it up. I knew he was hanging up there. I wasn't sure. I knew the ball can fly a little here, but I wasn't sure if he got all of it, and then just made a great play. Again, game of inches, right? I mean, but that was definitely game-changing play on his end.
Hey, Coach, you've established your program so Wright State is like the 1-4 seed, coming into every regional that no team wants to face. Just can you speak to the character of the guys and just the pride that you have for the program getting to that reputation?
Yeah, I think it's kind of two-sided, right? My first thought is like, man, we haven't won. We've been 2-Q the last few years, but I think it's the reason we have that reputation is just the toughness of our guys. They're not overmatched or scared of any opponent. We're willing to play anyone in any atmosphere, and they typically rise to the occasion in those atmospheres. From a baseball side of it, just haven't been able to shut the door in some of the games. But, our guys, the toughness is huge with our guys. They like to compete, and they're just a resilient group year after year, And I look at next year. I'm excited about next year. We lose Garrett Gangland, he's like an 18-year senior. He's been here forever, just kind of the core of our program. But you look at our lineup today, we lose him, maybe someone from the draft. But other than that, we return everyone offensively. So it really excites me next year's team. Similar on the mound. We may lose one or two from the draft, but I think we got a veteran core group coming back next year, and I know those guys will be hungry.